Wow. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Independence, Missouri, till I was 14. And then I moved to Harlingen, Texas, and lived there till after we were married.
What cities have you lived in?
Independence, Missouri, Harlingen, Texas, Pasadena, Texas, San Juan, Texas, McAllen, Texas, Mission, Texas, Keller, Texas, and Fort Worth, Texas. I didn't realize I had lived in so many places.
List your pets.
My favorite pet was my little duck.
Did it eat June bugs?
Yes, it did.
And was she offended?
No, she wasn't. I went to the mall and my mother said, "Now don't you come home with the duck." Well, I was just going to go visit them and see them. Of course, this one kept calling out to me, so I got it and brought it home. Mother scared me to death. I thought she was going to kill my duck. In fact, she told me she was going to flush it down the toilet. And I cried and I cried, so I kept that. She didn't harm it, so I kept that duck. I carried it in my shirt all the time, and it was like a puppy dog. It followed me around everywhere.
When were you born again?
I was 23. I can't remember the date or anything, but I was 23. And after a long struggle with conviction, I wasn't sure. See, I thought I was already saved as a child, but and I was baptized, but I didn't understand what I had done. And I talked to the pastor with my mother, but I was so shy. I just, anything I thought he wanted me to say yes to, I just, I never said a word hardly. And but the Lord finally convinced me that I was not saved and I needed to be born again. And so I went down front and I asked the Lord to be my Savior, and I was very much saved then.
What's your favorite memory of your father?
Helping him plant his garden. He always had a beautiful garden. I really enjoyed walking. I would step in his footsteps in the garden and help him plant things.
What about your mother?
I don't know if I helped her, but I watched her make biscuits a lot. I remember that. One of my favorite things.
What's your favorite memory that isn't about your kids or your spouse?
It was seeing the petrified forest. Now, I did that with my spouse, my kids, but that was really a treat to me because I love rocks so much.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago, I remember that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite wedding memory?
It's not having to say goodbye when we say goodnight. We got to stay together.
What careers do you think Izzy and Gia will have when they grow up?
Gia will be a ballet dancer. She's always on her toes. Izzy, she likes to paint, so she may be an artist. Who knows? And she's really likes to keep things in order, so she might have something to do with helping businesses arrange things, or I don't know what type of job that would be, but
What's your favorite natural place?
I think I loved Alaska when we went to see that. It was just awesome. Everywhere you look was awesomeness.
What's your favorite city?
I think Washington, D.C. We went there a couple of times, and that's one of those cities you just don't ever get enough of. Everything we saw both times were just amazing. So much history.
What's your favorite season?
Spring. I like when everything comes back to life.
What's your favorite holiday?
Easter.
What's your favorite meal your mom made?
Fried okra. It But any meal that she fixed fried okra, that was the best meal. She could never fix enough of it for us.
What's your favorite part of parenthood?
All the hugs and kisses. I miss our little boys sometimes.
What's your favorite childhood cartoon show?
Probably Daffy Duck. I just thought he was hilarious.
What's your favorite song?
Blessed Assurance.
What's your favorite movie and why?
The Ten Commandments was my favorite movie. Not so much that was my favorite movie, but the favorite memory of a favorite memory of our family doing something together. Because back when I saw it as a little girl, everybody dressed up to go downtown, and we went downtown Kansas City to see it. We dressed up in our best clothes, like Sunday go to meeting clothes, and Mama had her hat and her gloves, and you know, we were really dressed up. We went to a nice restaurant and had a dinner, and I had spaghetti, I remember, because I got in trouble for getting spaghetti sauce on my new jacket. It was the new CinemaScope with the big wide screen, and then it was in color, and that was one of the few first movies in color. So I remember that a lot.
What's your favorite thing about your spouse?
Oh, his patience and his forbearance towards me. I have not always been easy to live with.
What's your favorite thing about Isabel?
Loving, and she's so smart and bright, and she's awesome. I just think she's wonderful.
What's your favorite thing about Gia?
Oh, her smile and her dimples. And she's bright and awesome also.
What's your favorite thing about Bailey?
I sound redundant, but they're all just so sweet. She's sweet and loving, and just very talented, and I just love all our grandkids so much.
Okay, Buddy.
He reminds me so much of his dad that he's just precious to me.
Who's your favorite son, me or Doc? What's your favorite thing about yourself?
Now, I've never liked myself very much, but I do like what God is making of me.
What's your favorite childhood toy?
Oh, I loved my paper dolls. I think I played with paper dolls more than I played with real dolls.
If you could do it over again, what career would you choose and why?
Well, I love being a mom. That's what I always grew up wanting to be, is just a mom. But if I had a career to do now, I would probably be a physical therapist. I think they help people so much in so many different ways that that would be good.
What's the best advice you ever got?
Trust each other in marriage. A marriage has to be built on trust, or it doesn't have a good solid foundation, and that's always been something we bring up to each other every now and then, you know. I trust you.
Who was your first kiss?
I think it was a little boy I liked in kindergarten.
What was your worst job ever?
At Sears in Pasadena, Texas. You never want to have to sell shoes to women. They always want smaller shoes than fit their feet, and you can't tell them that doesn't fit, or why don't you try a bigger size, because they get very offended. I hated that job.
What books would you want with you on a desert island?
Well, I'd want the Bible, and I'd like biographies, and probably a survival book.
Who's your favorite historical figure and why?
Jesus would have to be the one, because he's changed my life so completely.
What's your favorite Bible verse?
It's in Jeremiah. It says, "Behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is anything too difficult for me?"
What's your biggest phobia?
Heights.
What makes you you laugh the most?
Probably watching a movie, a funny movie with Doug. Everything's more funny with Doug.
I agree. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
To fly.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
To relax and trust God. 'Cause God can take care of everything.
Where would you like to retire?
I think any place on the lake.
What are the names of your grandparents and where did they live?
Ethan and Leela Hale. Really, they lived all over North Texas, but they spent most of their time in West Texas. And then Frank, and I can't not remember my father's mother's name, but his name was Frank McCormick, and they lived in Missouri, Kansas City, as far as I know.
Your dad was a junior?
Yes, he was a junior. I didn't know that until after he died.
When you pass through the pearly gates, what do you want to hear God say to you?
Oh, now, well done, my good and faithful servant. I hope.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you. I hope I didn't run my paper too much.